What's up guys, it's FIFA Chief here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to icon trade on FIFA 23. Now this is one of the best high budget methods that a lot of people want to work towards perfecting, so I'm going to show you how you guys can get started icon trading. If you guys are looking for the cheapest and most reliable coins on the market, make sure to head over to utnice.com and use code CHIEF for 5% off at checkout. Now let's get right into this video. Alright boys, so diving into icon trading, first of all, to get started with icon trading, I think it requires a higher coin balance than a lot of people think. I think that at an absolute minimum, you should have 1 million coins, preferably 2 to 3 million coins is going to be best for getting started icon trading. The more coins you have, the more efficient it's going to be. Now, the actual act of icon trading, I think, is a lot simpler than a lot of people think. So let's go ahead and get into this now. So the simplest way to icon trade is going to be this right here. What you're going to do is you're going to set up a filter. Obviously, we're going to go league icons. We're going to set your maximum buy now to around your amount of coins. So right now, I've got about 2.5 million coins. So that is where I'm going to set my maximum buy now. And then what you want to do is you want to play around with the maximum bid price. Now we want to keep this relatively low because when cards get listed for super cheap, usually people leave them on open bid. So typically I've got my maximum bid price set to around 80,000 coins. And then from there, we want to play around with this filter to the point where we can flick to the 59th minute relatively easily. Meaning that when we flick through these cards, we can find the cards that are listed most recently very easily. Meaning this card has 59 minutes and 40 seconds left. It was just recently listed. So we want to kind of just play around with this filter. Typically, I may set a little bit of a minimum buy now or something as well. Basically, just play around with this to make it how you like it. I typically try to make it 3 or 4 pages to flick until I'm at that 59th minute. So once we get that set up here, and I'm doing this, by the way, in the squad menu. If you go to your squad and then hit L1 to go to the transfer market, this way it doesn't reset your filter every single time like it does on the normal transfer market. EA, if you're listening, fix that. That's still absolutely ridiculous that it does that. But now, moving on to the meat and potatoes of this method, actually making our coins out of this. Hold up. 80% of you guys are not subscribed. Hit the subscribe button, please. And while you're here, you might as well follow on Twitch for daily live streams and join the Discord for more trading tips, investments, all that good stuff. So what you're going to do is you're just going to keep increasing your max buy now, decreasing it, whatever you want to do to reset this filter. And each time you're going to scroll to the 59th minute and look for a new card that gets listed. For example, this Fernando Hierro has been listed here. And I'm going to quickly look up his price on Footbin. So I'll look up the 89 Fernando Hierro here, and I'll see that he sells right around between 90 and 100,000 coins. However, that doesn't really matter to us, these prices. This graph down here doesn't matter. What we're really going to be using is the market sales history button here. So what you want to do is you want to click that market sales history. And what we're looking for here is to see what this card can sell for. So what we want to do is we want to look over the past day or so and see kind of the higher averages of where he sells. So we got 93, 90, 94. We got a bunch of 90s and 89s. Right here we got 95 and a half, 96, 94, 93 and a half. So I think I could sell this card for probably 94,000 coins is the price I would say. That is the key to icon trading here, is being able to look at the market sales history and figure out what you're going to sell that card for. So I now know that this Fernando Hierro, I would sell for 94,000 coins. So obviously I wouldn't buy him for 115K. But let's say I were going to pick him up. What would I buy him for? I would want to pick him up for 10% under the price I'm going to sell him for. So if I'm selling him for 94K, I would want to pick him up for 9.4K under that. So basically I would just say I'd want to buy that card for about 84,000 coins. And that is my general rule of thumb, is find the price the card is selling at, and then you want to buy it for 10% under the price you're going to sell it for. It's kind of like a general rule. You don't have to follow it to heart, but that is typically what I go for. And basically, the longer you do this, the more you're going to learn prices and you're not going to have to look up every card, and you're just going to get better and better and better at this method, because the more you don't have to look cards up, the faster it goes, the easier it's going to be to win these, things like that. Now, this Essien is currently the cheapest card on the market. If I look over like the past day or so, he literally sells for like 137,000 coins, so that's not really all that great of a deal. And it is literally just a waiting game. This is kind of the method that I found to be best now that EA have kind of like broken the transfer market, and you can't really, every time you back out of the normal transfer market, it resets your filter, which is quite annoying. We got another deal to take a look at here. It's going to be this World Cup Casillas. I'm not sure what he goes for, but for some reason I think this could be a deal. So he is currently the cheapest on the market. This card, typically, one of them just sold for 240. It looks like the high average is about 228, 229 here. So not a crazy deal here, but it's very, very close to one. Now, I did pick up a deal just before the video that I want to show you guys, that it is an actual method that works here, and I literally just picked this card up just before the video. So I went and picked up this 89 Michael Ballack. You can see I bought him for 162,000 coins here. Now, if we go and compare price on him, you're going to see that right now he's not selling for all that much more. You can see there's cards listed for 170, 173, 178, but you're almost never going to list an icon for the cheapest on the market. You're typically looking to sell these cards for a little bit overpriced, trying to sell them during fluctuations, which is why we look at the high average rather than what a card is selling for right now. So if we jump over to Footman and look at this Michael Ballack, you can see the prices of those cards we were just looking at. Now, if we look at his recent average, you can see one of them just sold for 177. That was 6 minutes ago this card sold, and there were literally cards on the market at that time for 170. So you can see that these cards do sell overpriced. And if we look throughout the day, you can see there's cards selling for 178, 176, 180, 178, 180, 180. So I thought here that I could sell this card for 180,000 coins. Now, 10% under that is 18k less than that, which is exactly 162k. So I figured I'm going to sell this card. I'm going to buy this card 162, potentially sell it for 180. And after tax, that is going to be 9,000 coins profit on this Michael Ballack. Now, since we're selling cards for an overpriced value, and we're kind of looking for them to sell during fluctuations in icon cards, these aren't always going to sell first listing, and that is why you need to have a lot of coins to do this. Because if you're trying to icon trade with 300k, and you go and try to trade with this Ballack, you've just spent 162,000 of your coins. That's over half your budget gone. So that's why you need to have these high coin values, because you're typically listing these cards for more than they actually sell for. So that's the idea here. It is a relatively simple method here. Again, just to run through it, gonna set my my max buy now to a price where I can afford every card that pops up. Gonna play around with the max bid price and the minimum buy now until I get this filter set up the way I like it, so I can quickly flick to the 59th minute here, and you can see my internet is horrendous and I can still win cards somehow. And basically, you just keep refreshing, going and seeing the cards that have just been listed. Is that Sugar really? I know his other versions are 75k. No way is he only 80,000 coins for the World Cup one. That's really surprising. All of Shuker's versions sell for 74k, which is interesting. And again, that's just another thing. The more you do this, the better you get, the more you learn, the more coins you make. It really is simple. Now, this Casillas could potentially be a deal. His average throughout the day, I think I could sell this card for 150. I'm gonna lose 7.5 on tax. I'm gonna pick this card up for the video. Why not? So I've gone to pick this Casillas up, and again, the 10% rule isn't exactly like a hard set rule. Now I'm gonna sell this card for 150. 10% under would mean I'd have to pick it up for 135k or less. But assuming I can sell this Casillas, this is still gonna be 4.5k profit, which is still very, very nice here. And another thing that I think a lot of people kind of get hung up on with icon trading is looking for too big of profits. 5k is fine, when you've got the appropriate coin amount and you're selling these cards constantly, because you're constantly going to have cards going in and out. And if you're making 5K a card, that is a very, very nice return. Now, this Henri card could potentially be another deal here. 350 seems like what I could sell him for. It's a little too expensive. I could sell him 350. Let me get a little cut. So if I sold him for 350, I'd lose 17.5K on tax. It's just not enough for that expensive of a card. I'd only be making, again, 4 to 5K on this Henri card. But since it's more expensive, it's typically going to take longer for that card to sell. So while I think I could still make profit on that card, I don't think it's worth the risk of buying here. So I hope this kind of gives you like a general idea of how to icon trade. If you want to, further that knowledge and kind of talk with me live, I'm always doing it on streams. I'll be posting stuff on Twitter as well, just to keep you guys updated on this kind of stuff. And hopefully you're out there making coins soon enough with icon trading. But guys, that's gonna be it for this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.